What's up, guys? Today I have a very long upload for you. This one's against Sora from TPX Xat, and it was a very meaty, chunky game. As you can see, they're running regenerator walls and Tangrowth and Slowking. Regenerator walls are something that I do not like to face often, and very difficult to break through. So let's see how this goes down. I'm running a team which is pretty standard-ish. I mean, I usually don't do that, but we'll see how it goes. So I lead off with Spec Starmie, and he has a Scarf Smeargle off the bat, which is going to spore me, and I'm like, well, fuck, that's annoying. Not too bad, because I have Natural Cure, so I can switch straight out, thinking that he'll switch straight out as well, thinking that, you know, he's not going to spore another thing, but he knows that I have Natural Cure. He's going to predict the switch, and he's going to stay in and spore again, which is a great play on his part, and is going to be able to take advantage of me, because now Mamoswine is asleep. So I know that I can't stay in. I'm going to go straight out to Ferris and try and pull off a T-Bolt in this here Slowking that he brought in. I'm actually going to get a crit on this Slowking right off the bat, which, you know, if that crit had taken out the Slowking, I swear to God this game would have been at least 30 turns quicker, because this game turned out to be like 50 frickin' turns long, so, you know, it was a hell of a long game. But he gets the Toxic on me, and obviously he's not going to want to stay in, because he does have Regenerator, Stealth Rock are not on the field, so it's easy for him to come back in later, obviously, and just take advantage of that. So I'm going to stay in, go for the T-Bolt again, thinking he may just want to fodder it, but I forgot that Slowking had Regenerator at that point, so he's going to switch out to his other Regenerator wall, which is Tangrowth, which actually doesn't take too much. I mean, T-Bolt does a lot more to it than I would expect. Then again, I'm kind of spexed, so, you know, it would do a decent amount anyway, kind of thing. And I go to Skarmory, because I know that I can probably wall most Tangrowth sets. The one issue I have is that if it has a sub, I'm kind of thinking maybe it's a specially offensive one with, like, Giga Drain and, I don't know, Hidden Power Fire, but he just set up the Leech Seed on me, and I'm going to Whirlwind him out, just because it's the easiest way to get rid of the sub. Brave Bird would have given me recoil to myself, so it's easier to just Whirlwind him away and get rid of him. But in comes Slowking, and as you can see, after Lefty's Leech Seed and Regenerator, he's at over half again, so that crit really is going to make no difference in the match outplay, other than the fact that he had to switch and take a little bit of Tangrowth damage, which again, his Tangrowth damage will be reset because of the fact that At has Regenerator as well. So overall, not much of a big deal. But I see my opportunity here to set up my Toxic Spikes. If I do manage to get them down, then both his Tangrowth and his Slowking are going to be vastly easier to take down. As you know, having Toxic on a wall, which is Regenerator, is just so nice. But he sees that plan coming, and he decides to bring Slowking in on one layer of Toxic Spikes, which is really frustrating. I do manage to get both layers down, but really the only thing on his team that are affected by the T-Spikes are Slowking and Tangrowth. So one of them is already normally poisoned, which is a pain in the ass. So anyway, I'm going to go out to Ferris, trying to hit Slowking, and he's going to pull a double switch to Mismagius. At this point, he realizes that obviously Mismagius is not going to be able to outspeed Starmie. I have Specs Hydro Pump, and I'll pretty much wreck any hole through Mismagius that I wanted to go for. So I go for it. He goes to Tangrowth, and Hydro Pump does an absolute fuck ton to that thing, which is beautiful. But I kind of get greedy here and think, you know what, he's probably going to stay in and fodder or whatever, but I'm like, you know, obviously he won't, because he has Regenerator. So he goes back out to Slowking, and there you go. Slowking, from living at like negative minus a smidgen, is back at almost full again, which is really frustrating, I have to say. These Regenerator walls are getting on my nerves, and unless I predict correctly and get the predictions right, gonna really piss me off. So Tentacle's gonna come out as he goes to Mismagius, and I do not want to take any Thunderbolts from that thing, so I'm gonna go out to my specially defensive Rotom Heat form. Kind of built to take on Thundurus, but doesn't really do a great job of it. As a check, it really is the only thing that it does. It comes in and then, you know, takes the hit and gives a Thunder Wave and stuff. But anyway, enough about that randomness. I do take the first Shadow Ball relatively well, but for some reason this Rotom has something about special defense drops. When it gets hit by any kind of special move that lowers its special defense, it will get the special defense drop. I don't know why. I've used this thing like 4 times, and every time it's been hit by something like a Shadow Ball or a Psychic. It's look at that, 2 in a row special defense drops, which is really just freaking what the fuck, man. But I'm gonna get my kind of payback for those special defense drops by getting a crit on his Miss Magus. It isn't quite going to take him out, but it puts him into a range where I can bring in something like Tentacruel at full health, take a Thunderbolt hit, and hit him with a Surf to take him out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Tentacruel, take the Shadow Ball, and then hopefully follow up with a not a sucker punch, but follow up with a Surf to the face and take him right down. I mean, I could predict here a switch to the Tangrowth and therefore go out to my Starmie, or I could predict the switch out to Slowking again and, I don't know, go for a Sludge Bomb instead of the Surf, but I thought Surf was the safest thing to go for. I guess Sludge Bomb would have been fine as well, seeing as it would have probably killed Miss Magus from that range. I mean, it definitely would have done anyway, so I probably should have gone for that, but hey, what you're going to do, them's the breaks. Now, I know that he's going to want to go for the Scald on me, and I know that this is a good time for me to switch in Starmie, but, he doesn't go for the... Why did I say that? He's not going to go for the Scald. I know he's going to go for a status move. I don't know what status move it is that he wants to pack, but he turns out to be packing Thunder Wave, so not too much of a problem. Starmie obviously has Natural Cure. And here is the position in the match where I try and turn the tables on him, and it works to perfection. Every time I've gone into Starmie, he has switched out to Tangrowth, knowing that he can take a Hydro Pump or a Thunderbolt or any other kind of move. So I'm going to pull the prediction out the bag and go for the Ice Beam on the appointed turn when I know he's going to go to Tangrowth, and finally I've been able to break through that walling combination. So the only thing to do now is to try and get rid of this Slowking, because it's still a real block in the road. It's going to wall a lot of my guys. Mamoswine is a good thing to take it on, hit it with a Stab Earthquake, but unfortunately Mamoswine is asleep from the start of the match, which is really a pain in the ass. So what happened there was I knew he was going to Thunder Wave predicting my switch, but I wanted to go to something which could also take the Thunder Wave, so I went to Mamoswine to take the Thunder Wave and then went back to Starmie to take the Scald, and at this point I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt, and as you can see, it really does not do a whole lot of anything to him. He's going to be able to slack off, recover it. Poison's going to help him a little bit, and I'm going to speed this section up because it really is frustrating. He's going to live that hit, Thunder Wave me, and now he's going to take Abuse of Paralysis. He's going to slack off all the damage right back up. I'm going to get paralyzed twice in a row at this point, and really nothing I can do about it. I mean, Slowking is being a massive pain in my ass right now. Regenerator, plus slack off, plus all this other crap, you know, T-waving, just, you know, healing up while I'm getting paralyzed. Not going to be great for me, so I'm going to switch out eventually on the appointed turn when I know he has to slack off. I know he has slack off on that turn, so I'm going to go to Skarmory. All I want to do is just whirlwind him away, really. I know he's probably going to go for the Scald, and more than likely he's going to get the burn at this time, because he hasn't got a burn yet, and it's kind of feeling like the burn's going to come soon, and I think it's going to just hurt me, because he does get the burn right here, which, you know, I guess Brave Bird isn't that necessary for me against most of his guys, but it would be nice to have a bit more of a powered up move against him. But there you go, that's what happens. I'm going to Whirlwind him out to a Honchkrow, and I'm not quite sure what type of Honchkrow this is, but he does show me he's physical with superpower. Not a problem. I just decide to stay in and roost because, I mean, there's not much else I can do to the Honchkrow. If I go for the Brave Bird, I'm going to die from recoil, added to the fact that I'm burned, so Brave Bird won't do too much. By roosting, I can scout to see what he's going to either lock himself into if he's choiced, or he can show me recoil damage, and by roosting then I'm, you know, able to get back my health and take another hit following up from that. At this point I kind of predicted him to switch out to Miss Magus, which is why I'm going to go for the Whirlwind as opposed to the Roost again, because I thought he'd take advantage of the fact that Miss Magus could come in freely and on a Roost or something, so I went for the the Brave Bird. I went for the Brave Bird thinking Miss Magus is going to come in, but turns out to be really terrible because obviously, he's going to hit me with a superpower again, and that's going to do a whole lot of nothing to me. So yeah, not good. Anyway, I sped this part up because freaking Escavalier is going to come in, smack me in the face with Iron Heads, and I'm just going to set up spikes on him because I really don't know what else he wants to do to me. Like, he gets the crit there, and now he knows I'm going to roost. So because he knows I'm going to roost, he's going to go back to Miss Magus. And Miss Magus is starting to turn into a real pain in the ass. I mean, it has like 2 smidgens of HP left, but it's still threatening because it's going to take on Skarmory with Thunderbolt, it's going to take off Tenta with Thunderbolt, and Rotom is really low health because his special defense dropped me twice in a row. So I really have no hard-hitting solid thing to go to against him. I decide that Rotom's the best thing to go to fodder out, essentially, and I can see whether he wants to over-predict and go for something else. He goes for the Hidden Power, and it's not very effective, so I know it's not fire. It could be, I'm not really sure what it would be. It's not going to be ice. It's neutral, so I'm really not sure what it was. But he's just going to follow up with a Shadow Ball and take out Rotom, which I guess is not too much of a big loss at this point in the match. I do have an Infernape, which is Life Orbed and able to outspeed Mismagius, so I finally got a chance to bring this thing in. And this is where I'm going to try and break this walling Slowking. I'm going to go for the Stone Edge because it's the only thing that could hit Mismagius, and neither Close Combat or Flare Blitz would do anything good to Slowking at all. So I'm going to go for the Stone Edge to start with, and I'm thinking if I go for the Stone Edge, that should do enough damage with Poison to take him down to the point where a U-turn with Life Orb will take him out, and it does. So finally, after however long that Slowking's been ruining my life, I managed to bring in Infernape at an opportune moment, Stone Edge first, and follow up with a U-turn to get rid of him. So managed to take him out. And I go to Starmie, and he goes to his Honchkrow. Sucker Punch is as obvious as the day I was born, so I'm going to go to Skarmory because at this point I know that Honchkrow cannot touch Skarmory whatsoever. Sucker Punch and Brave Bird, not Brave Bird, but Superpower, and even if he's carrying Brave Bird, that's not going to do anything to me either. So I'm just going to Brave Bird him, hoping to take him out from that low range, but he goes to Escavalier again. Now Escavalier I know can't do anything to me. He's already displayed that he has Iron Head. He's probably going to have Mega Horn as well, so I'm just going to keep laying down these spikes. I guess the only reason that I would do that is for when Escavalier comes back in, because I don't think any of his other guys are going to be weak to spikes at this point. You know, he's got Honchkrow and Mismagius, so they're both dodging him. So at this point in the match, I thought he would go for the Mismagius switch in, which is why I Whirlwind it here. And Mismagius does come out, but I have a plan. I know that even if he kills me, I can bring in something else like Infernape to revenge kill him, and if he wants to try and substitute on me, then I'm going to go for the Whirlwind, and he does go for the sub, so you know, that's nice. I mean, Whirlwind would have worked either way just to get rid of him, but he tries to go for the sub, predicting my switch out, but at this point Skarmory isn't too much of a big deal for me. I know that Tentacruel can handle both Honchkrow and Escavalier on its own at this point. They're low enough health where it can do that, added to the fact that Infernape can come in and just U-turn on anything if I need to kill anything off that way. So I mean, it's really a done deal at this point. He's going to go to Mismagius, trying to, I don't know, dodge a close combat maybe, but I wasn't going to go for that any day of the week. I just go for the U-turn to eliminate him as a threat, and at this point Tentacruel, I'm going to bring in Tentacruel, and I'm just speed this part up as well, because all really is going to happen is this thing's going to come in. I'm going to 2-hit KO him with Surf as he tries to predict my switch out and pursuit me. I guess I really don't know what else he had to do to me. I resist both Mega Horn and Iron Head, so there you go, that's what happens. In comes Honchkrow. It's going to try and Roost Stall me here, but as you can see, Surf is doing a lot of damage to the point at which there is no way he's going to be able to out Roost Stall me. So he's going to crit Brave Bird and eventually just take himself out. At this point, all he has left is the Smeargle, and I have the Ferris I still have Ferris, I can't believe I do. But I'm just going to take him out with whatever move is necessary. I believe I just go for the Psychic because stab, you know, and specs and stuff. So it's not going to miss like Hydro Pump. So he's actually going to Destiny Bond me at the final turn, which is going to take me out. But I managed to pull that one out. Really long game, and a lot of times when I had to do predicting, which was, you know, trying to break through that Regenerator wall combination of Tangrowth and Slowking. Really tough to break through. You know, he was running mainly UU guys, but I mean, he pulled really tough situations on me, and managed to work my way out of them somehow. I don't know. Freaking Tangrowth, Regenerator, and Slowking. I think Tangrowth and Slowbro would work well together as well, just as anything with Regenerator, just, I don't know, I've been thinking about doing a Regenerator team or something, but anyway, I really need to stop talking. This is like 14 minutes, my god, who's gonna watch this? I don't know. No one's gonna watch this, seriously, it's too long. I'm gonna record some more games so that I can get some probably shorter ones up, but this was kind of all I had recorded at the time, so I'm all gonna say, check out Twitter, fucking book, like the video if you liked it, and that is gonna be it for today, guys. I will see you on Tuesday with hopefully a shorter game, and hopefully just something a bit more normal. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, bye!